So before we get into the fun stuff, let's talk about something that just happened. I sold something and I had a customer send me a request to give them feedback. I sent them a response, and my response was that we give feedback after the buyer has left feedback. Now, I have always done this. This has been from the very beginning, 2005, always. I feel that the transaction ends when when it first started out, it was like 14 days or 7 days, 14 days, the return period for the customer, or when they gave feedback, then that was the end of the transaction. So today, it's a 30-day, right? So after 30 days, then that's either the end of the transaction or that or the customer has given me feedback, and that's the end of the transaction. So once I receive feedback, then I give feedback. I've always done this. I've never wavered from that. I've never had any issues with that. This person, however, says that when they sell something, they automatically give a feedback on that item to that buyer. This is contradictory to what it is that I do. And they want me, as the seller, to give them feedback before they'll give me feedback. So as of right now, we're at a standstill because I don't do that. That is not my way of doing things. According to him, that's not his way of doing things. However, I look at it this way. He automatically gives feedback without expecting feedback in return. So why does he have an issue now? I don't know. I'm confused. Leave the feedback, and I'll leave feedback. It's always been that way with me, and I'm not going to waver on it. So I don't know what your opinion is or how you deal with feedback, but that is how I deal with feedback. So, let's talk about something fun. Okay, so I know that the lighting from above me is kind of sucky, but I actually have this set up so that you can look at this stuff instead. This was purchased from the Cincinnati Picker. It was a couple of weeks ago. He had purchased 3 different storage units, and in those storage units he had tons and tons and tons of stuff. So he broke down that stuff and he started selling them out in lots, and they were being listed and sold super quick. Well, I was able to get in one day and I was able to purchase a jewelry lot, as you see here. And in this jewelry lot, I actually went through it already. I divided it out, and we'll kind of go through it and talk about it. So a lot of this stuff was just costume jewelry. Its value, well, I don't know. I don't know enough about jewelry to even mess with it. I paid, just so you know, I paid $60 for all of this. Nothing's been added. Nothing's been taken away. This is everything that I received. So we're going to go through it here just a little bit. So all of this is basically just costume jewelry. So you've got little pieces like this. If they're earrings like this and they're in this pile, that's because there was only one. So a lot of them ended up with only one. This is a tie tack. Here's a single earring. So I went through and I divided some of the stuff out. So like this is watches, and I can go through and break down some of this stuff, but they were like little pieces of watches. They're not worth a whole lot. Like this particular one, sorry, that is upside down. I can't even read it through the plastic, but anyway, there were some watches. These are earrings that I was able to find duplicates of. So I have 2 of every single one of them, including SpongeBob's earrings there. Anybody who's watched SpongeBob will get that. These are cufflinks. And like I said, I'm going to take all of this stuff out of the bags, and I will show it to you out of the bags. This right here is, so these are bracelets, but these bracelets right here, these metal ones, are actually from Mexico. They say Mexico on them. And I don't know if that means that they're silver or not. There's also a ring in here. I did put a ring in here because it's the same design as the as one of the bracelets. It's very similar in design to it. So I wanted to actually, I don't have anything to actually test silver, but that may be worth something. These other ones had some interesting looks to them, and like I said, we'll talk about that. And then this right here is the creme de la creme. This is the silver. There was no gold, but there were plenty of silver pieces. Well, at least a few anyway. And we can go through them, including this one, which I don't know if that's going to pick that up or not. I hope it does. Anyway, it's Tiffany. It is a Tiffany choker necklace, and it is all silver. So here we've got the earrings, and each one of these earring sets is well, costume jewelry. It's not, none of it was silver. I went through each piece and none of it was silver. It does have some interesting pieces though. They look nice, and you know, they give the illusion of being silver, because I, you know, like this one here, I thought it was silver. And there you go. But none of it was silver. Just some interesting pieces. I'm actually going to sell all of these as one lot, or at least attempt to. All right, here's an interesting one. Okay, so this is an Armco. And then here is a, this is that watch. It comes with these pieces here, and it's interchangeable, so you can change the watch face. This particular watch, Elgin, I think that's what it says. But here's some interesting pieces. These are tie clips, and look at that, Boston, Mass. It's beans. It's a pot of beans. Here's a tire. I don't see a name brand on it, but it's a tire. And then this is a brake. It's a tie clip brake. Gray rock. I went ahead and pulled that one from out of there, so that's just another tie clip. And then here's something interesting, but you don't find this too often. It's a tooth. A tooth cover. I don't know if it's silver. It is hollow. Nothing in it. But it was interesting. A tooth. Never had something like that before. Alright, so here's the bracelets. These are Mexico. They say Mexico on a couple of them. Not all of them say Mexico. But, yeah, like this particular one doesn't say Mexico. This one does. Yeah, you might not be able to read it. But it does say Mexico on there. Here's another one. And this one also says Mexico. And this last one says Mexico. Then we got this bracelet here. This is a solid bracelet. So it's kind of solid metal. It's kind of pretty. And it's got these two, you see that? It's got one here and one there. I don't know what those do. I don't know what was supposed to go between them. If there's like a chain, or if it was supposed to be something else. I don't know. And then here's the last bracelet. It's got two dragon heads. See that? They're cut into dragon shapes, and then it's got gold banding on it. I think it's just made out of plastic, but it was kind of neat, so who knows. This is a Sarah Coven. It's a vintage piece. The only reason I know that is because I had to look it up. But there's that. And then, of course, that ring that I had said. It's not marked at all, but it was interesting and did look similar to these pieces. We have no silver, no gold. There are some interesting looking pieces. This will be sold as a set because I don't know enough about, like I said, jewelry and cufflinks and all that, but they're interesting looking pieces. They're, you know, got some pretty ones here or there. This one actually has two different tones to it. One of them's silverish, one of them's goldish. And then here's a Sagittarius, so it's kind of neat. I'm also going to go ahead and talk about these for just a second while we're here. These I had taken them out, but they're just two bracelets. They don't have anything written on them, no information on them, but they're interesting pieces. Got a heart shape on the inside there. And this is the last of it. So we got some pearls here. Pearls do have silver at the end here. They're most likely fake pearls. This also has silver on the clasp. Just some beads. We've got a small silver ring. It's missing all of its stones. We have these two little plastic pieces, and each one of them in the center here has silver. It says 925 on it. Both of them. This one has a golden tint to it, though. And they're very similar to these. So these have 925 on them, on this bracelet. But not all of it has 925 on it. Like these particular ones don't have it, but just this one, and I believe this one right here has it. The rest of it is just kind of a costume jewelry. We have a full silver necklace, or I'm sorry, bracelet, silver bracelet. We of course have the Tiffany, and then we've got this piece, which is all silver, including the necklace itself. Kind of an interesting looking piece. And it does say silver on the back. Now, as far as the Tiffany, I have looked at this shape and the fact that it has the gold kind of printed in there. I'm not sure if this is real. I took it to a pawn shop and they were willing to give me the price of silver on it. So they told me they would not give me the value of Tiffany, but that they would give me the price of silver. So I did forget to say that the bag that I got from the Cincinnati Picker of the jewelry, that was a 5-pound bag. I did not weigh that myself when I got it. I just trust that it was 5 pounds. That's what he was selling. It was 5 pounds for $60. He had, it was 15 different things that you could purchase each time that he listed them. And like I said, I won one and was able to now show you what it was that I got. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, all the above. Thank you for watching Flippin Reseller, and have a great day.